Hi, Virgo. This is going to be a general reading based off of, what is your soul looking for when it comes to a soulmate? I feel like this is something we always believe like we know, but I think only a part of us are in touch with this. I think ego is playing a big role in a majority of our lives while here on this journey. And it's like that's what makes it so hard, because that's considered to be like that devil like energy, because it doesn't really match our true soul's essence, like what really would bring pure happiness to us, because that's what this journey is all about in life. Like it's not meant to be a lonely journey. It's not meant to be a journey, your life full of sadness, resentment, anger, regret. I think a lot of us get caught up in those feelings, emotions, and then we just feel like, well, that's what we're destined. We're destined to be alone, or we're destined to, I don't know, reap what we sow, things like that. But it's like, I promise you on everything, and this goes for everyone out there, you're reaping what you sow in regards to those times that were hard for you in life. The heartbreak, the pain, the sadness, all those things. Like, whatever it is you believe in, God, source, the universe, it's like God would never want you to be sad. And as much as I truly believe in karma, karmic lessons, karmic debt, it's like I don't ever mean that to say, like, I don't believe that that means some of us live a life that like when I say, like, for example, me, I know I live a very karmic life. Do I feel like I'm paying dues from past lives? Yes, 1000%. However, that's how I'm making up for it in this life, is going through these life experiences that have caused heart pain, confusion, making wrong choices. And there's never really wrong choices. It's like, yeah, yes, there are, but it's like they're meant to bring you to where like you're supposed to go. So I think a lot of us forget that we're not meant to settle. We're just not meant to settle. And, I've never really realized this, because I've always been an advocate of never settle, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, I look at my past relationships with these ex-boyfriends, and I'm like, oof. I was definitely settling, because I felt like they were accepting a part of me, which they never really were, low key. They were never accepting these things. A part of me that most people wouldn't, because, we're not easy as people, right? But some of us are a little bit more difficult than others. And it's like, well, what makes you difficult? Well, to your soulmate, that's not going to be considered difficult. I could promise you that. So it's like, if you feel like you're difficult to your person, that's not your fucking person. I can guarantee you. So I feel like what keeps us in these karmic loops, these repetitive cycles where it's like you keep, going through the same situations in relationships, just with different people, because we're not learning something we're meant to learn. And that's what's considered to be a repetitive cycle. And sometimes what can be at play here is that planet Neptune. I would really look at where its placement is within your natal chart, which house placement, and under which energy, and then I would see what aspects it holds in your life. Aspects being that energy in astrology, where when two planets, link up, it's like it's either going to be a good time, a hard time, going with the flow type of time, or, life lessons are at play. So usually when you have an aspect, when a planet is squaring being that aspect, that energy, usually this is related to Saturn. This is related to a karmic lesson. And what this means is that for the first part of your life, you're more than likely going to suck at specific things. You're, just to put it so bluntly, you're going to have a difficult time. So what I'm trying to get at is Neptune is the planet of intuition. It's the planet of psychic abilities. It's also the planet of la la land and imagination. So it's like there's a very fine line where you have to discern what's real and what's not. So I'm going to give you an example. If Neptune is squaring Venus in your chart, Venus being the ruler of love, beauty, aesthetics, money, all things beautiful, you're going to have a hard time. You're going to have a hard time because Neptune will create this cloud, this fog, this illusion of who you believe your spouse really is. And it's going to feel so real. This is how fucked up Neptune can be. And then it's like after the relationship's over, we then begin to see clearly, right? The clouds begin to fucking, you know, I don't know, whatever, move on. I can't think of the word. So what is it you're seeing? Are you seeing a part of this person? Are you seeing like a higher, this person's higher self, their true light, their true soul, which could very well be the truth, right? This could be your intuition kicking in. This could even be a psychic ability kicking in where you're really seeing this person's true essence. However, is that person connected with their higher self? Are they at that level? And will they ever be at that level? So that's what keeps us in sometimes with certain people is we believe we see their good traits over their bad traits. And you know what I mean by bad traits? Just things that don't help us, things that don't, everybody's different. So it's like whatever these people's negative traits are that just don't suit you well, that don't work out for you, right? Because in this life, nothing is personal. The decisions others make about you, whether they want you in their life or not wanting you in their life, it's all about, do you fit into their life? And if so, how? Or if not, why not? It's always nothing personal. So when Neptune is squaring Venus, for example, you may be seeing this person's light instead of their shadow. But the thing is, when you're currently dating them, their shadow may have more traits than their light, and you're not seeing that. So here's the scales, right? And they're completely imbalanced, but yet you're holding this person on a fucking pedestal when really this is truth. This is truth, but you believe this to be truth, and that's because of Neptune. It's just like if Neptune squares your ascendant sign, which is your rising sign, it means that you may make, more than likely, you will make terrible judgment calls on people. You will believe they're good when they're not. You'll believe they're shady when they're not. It's just like there's a lot of deceit sometimes with Neptune. And it really comes down to discerning who is talking to you. Is it your intuition or your ego? And I wrote this years ago, and I feel like this is why we stay in these karmic loops, because when it's good, and when it's bad, it's bad. And it's like, we want to try to just get it into this energy of staying good, you know, like, why does it always get bad? Why does it always get to this point? But it always does, right? So we're inspired to understand what we can't comprehend. What can help you with this is looking into Neptune. I'm telling you 1000%, I promise you. Then Google your Neptune aspects and see how this is playing a role in your current life. So I remember during every breakup, I would always write down the things I felt I learned and the things moving forward I was willing to accept in relationships and not willing to accept, otherwise known as boundaries, right? So this was back in 2016 during my first spiritual awakening. I printed these quotes back then because these were things that, you know, I don't know, helped me in some type of way back then. And, you know, when you read about self-help and about, you know, feeling good, they always say, like, have Post-its, have these like reminders in front of you. So this is what I wrote about what I was looking for in a partner, something my soul knew would work for me. And this is, when you read up on this, when you read this, you hear this is what's in my natal chart. This is what my Mars is all about, because the Mars placement is usually the energy of the person you end up with, along with the Juno. The Juno is the real soulmate energy that would fit your soul's needs. So I wrote, when I find someone who can make me laugh, smile, and who has very similar goals as mine and actually acts on them, then I have found my match. Someone who challenges me in good ways and someone who accepts me for who I am, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I have then found my match. So, you may hear that and think, well, that's who doesn't want that. But there are some people who are more lenient, who are willing to take some of those things and leave some of the rest. And it's like, I'm no, like it's a no. It's like this, I need all that, and then it's like when I don't respect my boundaries, that's when I get disrespected from my partners. And it's because I'm not honoring what my soul wants. This is what my soul wants. I have difficulty accepting, who I am in this life. I have a lot of difficulty with it. I'm supposed to embrace who I am, love who I am. So therefore, I have these moments with whoever I'm with where I'm just like, either I hate myself, but then that draws me into these partners who already hate themselves, right? They're not happy with their life because, their career doesn't suit them. So therefore, when I have a problem, it just makes them feel like they're the problem. They usually are. So I couldn't resist, sorry. So, when you don't honor the things that work for you, you're going to get disrespected in some kind of way. And that's good. That's a karmic debt to pay, and you need to learn from that. But do you learn from that? That's the trouble. That's the problem. So I'm going to pull some cards for you guys. You may or may not resonate with this. And I would really just say, think about this, the things that come through this reading, food for thought. And I'm saying you may not resonate with it because what's going to come through here is what works for your soul. And that's part of our journey in this life, is figuring out who we really are in this life. And before, society told us who we were. So, and then I'm going to pull some pictures, and if those come in reverse, I don't really care. All right. So what would make your soul happy with a soulmate? What would make your soul happy? And I already shuffled these. Oh, I forgot. Did I do that on camera? I don't remember. I tried to not do it because it takes a while, but whatever goes, right? What would make your soul happy? Okay. Oh, okay. 10 of Wands. Oh, 3 cards. The Moon. 8 of Wands in reverse. I could tell you right now, this is a no. This is definitely in reverse. Because 10 of Wands is when you feel like the weight is on your back or shoulders. The Moon is, things need to come to light. You need truth in something. So if it's in reverse, it's like you have the truth right in front of you. So an 8 of Wands is going for something, passionately going for something, and it's in reverse. So obviously you don't want to be lied to. Obviously you don't want stress. So there's something up with this reading. It's interesting. I like it, actually. 8 of Swords. Okay, so this is why do I always lock up when it comes to that card? This is Jupiter in the 8th house under Gemini energy, which is unfortunate. No, I'm just kidding. It's kind of that, which way do I go? Left, right. So obviously it's like you want somebody who knows, and you want to know. So I feel like the conclusion is with these readings, what's coming through for all the other readings is this may be currently playing out in your life right now. Feeling a lot of stress, what is the truth? Not willing to go for something and not knowing what the fuck to do. Oh my God. Yes. Okay. When you messed up, but you have an explanation. I'm thinking now, why did I print that with my spiritual quotes back then? I mean, I know why I printed it, because oh my God. Sorry. It resonates with my life so well. I'm always like in these weird, fucked up, weird situations. I have so many stories, and none of them sound believable. Everybody always thinks they're in my head, but they're fucking not. I was just walking my dog recently, and I thought of this random guy who I fucking bump into, and he's such a sweetheart, but like I try to avoid him. But he's got this thing with me. I don't know what it is, or I try to pretend I don't, whatever. And I'm thinking about him randomly, right? That's the download. It really is. And people may be thinking, well, no, it's because you're walking your dog and that's when you bump into him. No, I do not think of this guy every time I'm walking my fucking dog. He just came out of nowhere. He came out of nowhere in a sec. I swear to God, a few seconds later. The houses that I live around, I don't know what you call these, not row homes, but they're narrow, they're up. There's usually a garage first, and then the first floor starts on the second floor. It's kind of weird, but I don't know what these types of homes are called. But anyway, oh my God, sorry for the background noise. So anyway, I swear to God, I look up, and I never look up. I'm not really one of those people who looks around at my surroundings. I really should be, but I look up and this guy is staring right at me. I cannot make this shit up. And it's funny because I'll tell people these things and they'll be like, I think it's all in your head, until they witness it. So anyway, so I printed this out because I always have an explanation for everything. And I think I probably printed this more so to give me peace of mind, knowing you just got to let people think what they want, and know that you can't control what other people think. So maybe this is where this holds true for you. Find what is non-negotiable to you. Keep being a student. Can you not? Thanks. Okay, I feel like. Never be ashamed of how much you love or how quickly you fall. Love fully, love completely, but most importantly, love naturally, and don't you ever apologize for it. Don't ever be sorry for loving the way your heart knows. Yes, so true. Okay, so all right, let's get to it. Let's channel. I'll make sure the camera's got everything. Okay. All right, guys. What would make your soul happy when it comes to your soulmate? What are you guys looking for? What is your soul looking for? I feel like I'm seeing a tree and a bird. So I'm going to say, when I think of a bird, I think of messages, I think of communication. When I see a tree, I think of knowledge, information, spiritual growth, things like that. So stimulating conversations, I want to say. And I'm seeing a lot of light. I'm definitely seeing pillars. So I think the temples, I think of libraries. There's something about an education or higher learning, something within that energy. Maybe a smart person, you're going to have to hold that energy where you see fit, but that's pretty much what that energy resonates with, right? That's what's coming through. I'm just saying it in a different way. Nurturing, being nurtured. I feel like the light is shining so bright on all of this because this is truth. This is your truth. I'm seeing a path. I feel like attraction is important, like physical attraction as well. Kundalini, I'm definitely seeing like this, something about spiritual awakening. So something definitely broader, something more, I'm just picking up on like an open mind. I feel like I'm seeing clouds, but they're like, so there's some type of illusion, I feel like, but at the same time, I almost wonder if it's like that Neptune energy is what you would feel good with. You know what I mean by that? Like, so I'm gonna open my eyes. So Neptune energy is, you know, going back to what I said earlier, but that is actually the beginning of manifesting things into the material world. It's when you envision things in your head, you see it playing out, and you actually believe in it, right? Because that's the spiritual realm, Neptune. Neptune is the ruler of Pisces. It's about spirituality. And I feel like that's what I'm picking up here. So when you're into this type of stuff, you're not stressed. You see the truth, and you have the passion to go after what it is you want because you believe in yourself. There's a knowing. And remember what I said, these cards are in reverse, right? This is the weight on your shoulders. This is, you know, not knowing what the truth is. This is not going for what you want. This is not knowing which way to go. But it's like when you're in touch with source, with your higher self, it's like there's some type of peace it brings to you because there's just this intuitive knowing. So we have water coming through. This is the moon. This is that Cancer-like energy. Remember, oh my God, I said nurturing. You're looking for nurturing energy. Eight of Wands is that passion. And again, this is Eight of Swords. This is that energy of a spiritual guru, a spiritual master. This is usually where gurus have their Jupiter placement, is in the 8th house, because the 8th house is the things that cannot be seen. It's the occult, the magic. It's getting in touch with the other realm. A lot of psychics have this in their 8th house placement. So there's a lot of luck with this, a lot of fortune, good fortune with, it's going to sound a little dark, but with the dead, you know, because the dead, think about it this way. There's a higher knowing, right? When you cross over, at least this is what we think, right? There's this divine knowledge. It's like this knowing of what it really is. There's truth. And this is what's coming through in this reading. Which sucks because it means you're currently going through some shit. All right. So never be ashamed of how much you love or how quickly you fall. Love fully, love completely, but most importantly, love naturally. And don't you ever apologize for it. Don't ever be sorry for loving the way your heart knows. So here's the thing about this. So, depending on where your Venus is in, this may come naturally. And that means you're meant to love like that. However, when you tap into source, the divine knowledge, your higher self, you probably will always feel that quiet, intuitive hit where it's telling you to slow down, right? That's your intuition talking to you. Because it's like, especially if you have the habit of choosing partners that you end up disappointed with or let down by, or wrong judgment calls. It's like, well, if you had slowed down, you could have seen things a little more clear, right? So it's not to say that, okay, this is really bothering me. It's not to say that this is wrong, right? You should never be ashamed. So like I have Venus in Aries. We are passionate lovers. We just love. We love, 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 love. We're already in love. You know, we've already projected the marriage, the kid, the house, all of it, the business, everything. It's just how we are. And we're meant to be that way. And depending on which house placement it's in, it's going to play out a little differently, you know. But Source loves this. Source loves that unconditional love. We're supposed to be here to love one another. Friends, family, lovers. This is not wrong. People will make you feel bad for this type of energy, but really, you know, the reason you're told to slow down is so you can see clearly and not make wrong judgment calls. That's all it is. It's all coming down to balance, but never deny who you are. And I feel like that's really important because people will always make you feel bad for this, and you shouldn't. I think back at all my relationships, and it's like I always jumped right in, and I always felt this way. And it's like, you know, I'm definitely one of those people where people tell me, you know, like, go slow, you know, because they're thinking of past relationships. And they have a point. There is a good point to that. But don't deny this either. There's a fine line where it just comes down to balance. Be true to who you are. All right, so let's channel this. I'm seeing a record player. Oh my God, it's go slow down, right? Isn't that, that's what a record player is? Hold on. I'm definitely seeing other people. And I don't like how they're coming through. They're kind of coming through not as bad people, just like I feel like they're coming through in a way to intentionally speak upon the fact that their views or their opinions or beliefs are different than yours. So make sure you understand what yours are, and make sure you understand what theirs are. So you may not act on this or hide this because something to do with other people. Okay, I feel like that's all that's coming through. What's this? Okay. I'm just seeing a lot of fog, so a lot of Neptune energy, and I feel like I'm seeing a random, there's a crystal ball through the fog. There's 2 crystal balls. And then I'm seeing a purse. I feel like I'm going to open my eyes. I feel like I'm seeing a crystal ball on the left side of a purse and a crystal ball on the other side of the purse. So what is your soul looking for when it comes to a soulmate? I feel like the message is balance with money. Equal. You know, you may be one of those people that wants everything 50-50. But there was so much clouds around it. So why is this coming through with this card though? When you, or picture, when you know you messed up, but you have an explanation. Crystal balls about money, the future about money. But you know you messed up. I feel like when I got this picture last time for another video, the energy that was coming through for the purse, because I did have the purse for this as well, was currency, which could be seen as time. He's so cute. Okay, let me see this again. I'm a little confused. What is your soul looking for when it comes to a soulmate? There it is again. Somebody holding a purse. And there's a crystal ball. Okay, so now the crystal ball is on top of the purse. And I feel like it's turning into that time thing with sand. You know when sand is going down, I don't know what it's called. But it's definitely like a timer. So what are you looking for in your eye? Your eye sees this. Oh, I just said that before. Currency, time. What are you looking for? What is your soul looking for? Oh my God, it's so fucking windy. Sorry. I'm honestly confused. I don't know. I can't. The energy I'm picking up on, it's not clear. So, and it's a little confusing. I should have left this picture out. You know you messed up because you have an explanation. It could be in relating that if there's an argument, something goes down, it's like there's some type of balance with, no, I'm talking out of my ass. Now I'm going to stop. Sorry about that. Find what is non-negotiable to you. Wait, maybe needing time to balance yourself out when during like arguments, because when I think of this card, I'm thinking something's gone wrong. So when things go wrong with your soulmate, you may be that type that needs to like hibernate in order to balance. Nah, I'm gonna sorry, I gotta let it go. Okay. Find what is non-negotiable to you. Keep being a student. Okay, what is this about? What are you looking for when it comes to a soulmate? What is your soul looking for? Ooh, this is interesting. I'm getting the same message again. Something to do with a purse. I don't know. Find what is non-negotiable to you. It's either time or money. It could be both, honestly. What is non-negotiable? I'm definitely seeing a sunflower at the school bus. So there is something here about stimulation, like with the mind. that you really like. But what is this? What is non-negotiable to you? I feel like just the message is some type of knowing. Right? Because isn't this what's playing out right now? Wait a minute. See, I should have been a detective. Ten of Wands. Feeling like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. I feel like I'm saying that phrase wrong. The Moon. Wanting truth. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. It's I mean, there could be a message here about money for sure. I think the purse was shown too many times, but I feel like it's something about time being invested or money being invested with your future and needing a knowing. Mystery solved. So communication, again, communication is important here. It's like what I was seeing was somebody walking away with their purse and 2 crystal balls. Yeah, I really believe that there is this, what is non-negotiable to you. I feel like it's truth, honesty. Because time is important. Your future is important. Yeah. Okay. So fire, water, air, mental. Yeah, there's definitely something about spirituality going on here that that would make your soul happy. So you may be somebody who's spiritual, right? I mean, you're watching this, so yeah, that's what I got for you. Like I said, it's either going to resonate or it's not. And maybe it's just giving you food for thought, something to think about the next few days, okay? But definitely it's so important to understand what it is you're looking for with somebody and what it is you're not willing to accept. Okay, so that's what I got. I hope that helped. I hope that resonated. And yeah,